Hello everybody, this is Annie with Arachne's Demise. Going to do something fun today. I have a friend, it's actually my man friend's friend, who for the past 4 months has been saving me his bacon grease. As you can see, he eats a lot of bacon because in 4 months he was able to come up with exactly 2 pounds of bacon fat. We're going to turn that into soap today. What I did earlier, and hopefully I'm going to be able to put some photos in of this process, was I clarified the bacon grease. Essentially, we wanted to get all the little meaty bits and any watery bits out of there. I used equal parts of the bacon grease and water, and I just boiled it for about 15 minutes. Put it in the fridge after it cooled down enough to put in the fridge, and then the grease floats on top and the water goes to the bottom. I poked a hole in it, drained off all the gross water, so we have the pure bacon grease left. And it does smell like bacon. That's the goal. I want the soap to still have some bacon. We're also going to have a little bit of maple fragrance in it as well. So it's going to be a maple bacon situation going on. Let me grab a spatula. It's the one thing I'm missing. Aha, and we are going to get soaping here. I wanted to show you guys the bacon grease before I emulsified it with my lye liquid, which is just water with a little bit of sodium lactate, nothing fancy today. Did not do a discount today because I'm pretty sure this is going to solidify up easier than my olive oil bars. But I wanted to show you what the bacon grease looked like, so I kind of waited to do that. And I'm hopefully going to be able to edit my videos a little bit better. I'm going to try some different things. I know that's not my strong suit. Technology is really not what I'm good at. But I want to be able to edit out the sound of my stick blender for you. And if I don't figure that out, apologies in advance. So we're going to get blending here. Never made this soap before. I don't know, it would have taken me a very long time to come up with 2 whole pounds of bacon grease. I saved a little bit myself knowing that we were going to add on to this, and I got maybe a 1/4 cup since we started about 4 months ago talking about this. I usually take my bacon grease and immediately make hash browns in the pan with the bacon grease, which is pretty tasty. So yeah, I don't have much left over. We're emulsifying really nicely here. It didn't take long because we had to have these usually solid fat liquid. It's a little warmer. I usually go room temperature, so this might gel and make sure to insulate it. But we're all mixed up here. I'm going to put the rest back into this container. So I'm going to do a little bit of kaolin clay in the clear batter and a touch of Rasool clay, which is a tiny bit of red oxide in the part that's going to be fragranced, because I want it to kind of have stripes like bacon in it. Okay, let's see, are we about even? Almost. I like that my beakers have these lines. Alright, so about even. My kaolin I didn't dissolve because I'm just going to zip it in there real quick, just the white kaolin clay. What I did here, my maple, it's called Maple Cream, my fragrance. And it didn't say if it had vanilla in it or not, but it is kind of brown, so I used vanilla stabilizer too. Equal parts vanilla stabilizer to fragrance. And it's not much fragrance, so it's not going to be super mapley. I want the bacony smell to still come through. And a little bit of red oxide, just enough to give it that color. And some Rasool clay. Nothing else. No real super fat going on in this. I want the bacon grease to shine. Pretty pumped about this right now. I'm going to start with this one because there's no color. that I would mess up. Easy peasy. I'm not putting any titanium in because I want it to look like the fat of the bacon, which literally it is, so I should not need any extra coloring to achieve that. Alright, blend my fragrance and color in this guy here. Pretty. It's smelling really good. One of the reasons for clarifying your grease, if you're working with any sort of animal fats, especially in particular this bacon grease here, you want to make sure you get the meaty bits out because that can of course rot, and we don't want that to go rancid in the soap and create just a nasty mess. So I rendered it out. Some people use salt in their water when they're clarifying to remove the bacon smell, but I wanted the bacon smell to stay, so I did not add any salt. You just want to get it nice and clean, basically. And all the gunky water came out. I was like, wow, I'm glad I did that. I'm gonna do kind of like a layered pour. I think this is called like a tiger stripe. I don't know. I'm not keen on my soaping terminology when it comes to styles. I should be, but I'm just gonna layer the uncolored base with the red maple back and forth so we get some stripes and it'll look something like bacon. I'm just gonna cut it like regular bars. If I cut it in, bacon, if I cut it like lengthwise to look like bacon, it would look like bacon. That's a really awkward bar of soap to use, I think. I don't want it to be awkward. We got a really nice thin trace. This is the kind of trace I would want to work with if I was doing some really sweet swirls. So I got to keep this in mind for the future. If there was not any information about this fragrance on the website where I got it. So it's a wild card. I did have the vanilla stabilizer though, because I'm like, you know what? It's brown already. So hopefully that works. It's the first time I've used a vanilla stabilizer. I don't do a lot of vanilla type fragrances. It's not one that I need the color to be different. If not, oh well. It's a thin enough trace. I probably could have blended this longer, but I'm going to be happy with the swirls no matter what. Going right into itself there. I'm excited. And after this, I've got a big order of a beard balm to make. It's actually heating up, melting upstairs right now. And if you can tell or not, this is a different setting. I've got my downstairs setup all good to go finally. Hallelujah. I've got a nice new stove over here too, and I need to get an electrician over to set up a 220 volt plug because I don't have one of those over here. I might. Let's hook it up to my washer and dryer, but I actually need it for that, so gotta get another one. So until then, I'm still making beard balm in the kitchen. This is blending together quite well. We should still get some sort of swirling. This is a good fragrance for really cool Taiwan swirls and stuff. I gotta keep that in mind for the future because it is not accelerating at all. Considering I'm used to working with the olive oil, which is a really slow trace, and this is a solid at room temperature fat. I'm surprised it's not thickening up more just on that alone, but not a bad thing. I'll be filling my mold to the tippy top, that is for sure. These tall bars. It's so delicious. Oh my goodness. Interesting concept to wash yourself with leftover animal fat. Sorry, vegans. Yum, yum. Alright, it's just about the last of that. I'll get the rest of the spatula up. We got the last of the white kaolin clay. Oh, and it fills the mold perfectly. Alright, spatula time. Yummy, yummy. There's a little tilt in the table because we're just a tiny bit more full on that side. Give it a whirl. I'm going to move it over to set up too. I don't want it setting up all green. Really curious to see what those swirls inside are going to look like. I don't know if this counts as a drop swirl or the tiger stripe swirl. I honestly don't know. We'll see when we cut it. Alright, so there you have it. Get out of the way of the light there real quick, and it's dark out. This is bacon with a maple swirl soap with pure bacon fat, and I'm going to see you in the future while we cut it open. Alright, see you then. Hey everyone, welcome to the future. I've got my bacon and maple soap here. I cut the end off. That's what the actual end piece looked like. Pretty boring. Then look at that middle. Oh my gosh. And the thin trace really gave us some really super cool swirls. So I'm really pumped about it. I'm going to cut the rest of the bars here for you. This is a little wire cutter I got on eBay. It was $7 and it shipped for free. And it came from China. But it only took like a week and a half, 2 weeks to get here. So for $7, I'm really freaking happy about it because it cuts so much better than the knives and that chopper thing that I had before. It really gets a clean cut. It doesn't try to like put, I don't know, I can't describe it, but any of you with wire cutters out there, you know the glory that is a wire cutter, and this $7 investment was exactly what I was looking for. So let's go. Doesn't look like bacon in the middle, which I was kind of going for at first, but holy crap. Don't even care. That is awesome. That is so awesome. I'm overjoyed with the way that it looks. I must say, my maple fragrance in the bottle, it smelled good. It smelled sweet, but it almost had a sort of artificial, almost like, I don't want to say, I mean, maybe it was like a margarine kind of scent to it. And after it's been saponified here, it smells like real from the tree maple syrup. And oh man, if I could eat these bars, I would. It smells so tasty. It's very faintly mapley and still have that bacon background because of the actual bacon fat that we used. Very pleased. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, that is awesome. That is really cool. Cutting these into 1-inch bars too. My little loaf will give me 8 1-inch bars. The swirls inside are looking so nice. I let this guy sit for 2 days in the mold as well. Checked on it yesterday, and it was pretty squishy and soft still. So I was like, okay, better wait. And it did, and now it's perfect. I'm really learning when to cut by the feel. I'm starting to get a feel for that a little bit better. This is a fat I'm not used to working with. Definitely, wanted to be sure I cut it at the right time. Haha. Those are some really cool looking swirls. If you were to ask me, that would be what I would say. Is that A+. It's interesting too, the texture of it. When I run my finger across it, the white portion that does not have any colorant, just a little bit of kaolin clay, it sticks out just a little bit more than the part with the fragrance and the Rasool clay and the red oxide. It's funny how soap And it has like an embossed feel. Not sure what causes that, but I'm not mad at it. Halfway done. Yeah, baby. Those beauties. And a little bit of a funny way it cuts on the end because of my textured mold, but I will trim that up later. I'm going to worry about it now. There's that. Some of these crumblies out of the way. Yum, yum. It smells so good. It smells like I'm at a breakfast restaurant right now or something. 3 more to go. Yeah, thin trace provided a really pretty swirl. Let's see, we're about a week and a day away from Thanksgiving here during the cutting of this soap. And where I'm from, it's usually snowing by now. Like, we usually had a couple of feet accumulation by the end of November here, but we have not had any. It's like 50, 60 degrees out right now. Just positively amazing. I usually have been shoveling a lot this year. Haven't had to at all. Pretty exciting. Actually getting in autumn. This kind of happened last year, where it wasn't real cold at first, but we still got our 11 feet of snow. It just hit the end of December, January, February. We are usually the top snowiest city in the entire country where I live. Ooh, look at that guy. Already. Those are gorgeous. Really, really pleased today. Alright. There's that guy's other end. Beauteous. Alright, so there you have it. I think I'm going to call this Maple Glazed Bacon. My man Peace thinks I should call it American Breakfast. So we'll see. But either way, this is one heck of a bar. So thank you guys for watching. It's Annie with Arachne's Demise. Go ahead and thumbs up this video if you found it enjoyable. I really appreciate it. You guys take care.